So this is a little bit different. I know if you watched the last video, um, I want to say it was episode 4, the Cinders mod playthrough. Uh, I mentioned in it that I want to play Terraria. Me and my friends have been playing it. We've been playing normal vanilla. They didn't want to start a modded playthrough. A little bit disappointed in them for that, but I'm gonna be doing my own. So I have my own set of I have my own kind of mod, quote unquote mod pack. It's mods that I've just found that or like me and my brother have found together, that I just like and I just want to play with. As you can read, Calamity is the biggest one. Go to workshop and then manage mods. I can kind of go down the list of a bunch of these. So Fargo's mutant mod. Oh, I'm not disabling that. Other features include quality of life. It adds like specific NPCs. So like this one sells boss. This one was like one of them will sell boss like summons. The Calamity mod makes certain boss like summon like the it makes the catalyst for spawning the boss infinite if you never played Calamity. But some of these are this one adds in some NPCs. Calamity Vanities adds in like Calamity mod vanity items like the Calamity mod music. This has a song I want to get to. Alchemist NPC is just it adds an NPC that when you get to certain stages, I think it's with bosses, they will sell this NPC will sell infinite of certain potions. Um, One of these I have makes it to where if I have 30 of a potion in my inventory, piggy bank, um, any of the storages that I don't have to be there exactly. So piggy bank, the safe, the void bag. If I have 30 of a potion or like food item in there, I get that buff permanently. So it's really helpful for I can get 30 iron skin potions. Boom, I have that for good. I forget which mod has that. Recipe browser, self-explanatory. It's just a big recipe browser. I can put in an item. It'll show me everything that goes to that. Um, I don't know what this one does. I'm gonna guess that's like a required mod. Um, it's one of those where it's required mod. Luminance, also library mod. Thorium. Now, kind of controversial. A lot of people they'll just do just thorium or just calamity, kind of because they don't really meld together as much, and it's kind of hard to see like, oh, which boss is from this, which boss is from this. While calamity is way heavy later on in the game, post hard mode, it's once you get to hard mode, calamity will really start to you know it'll start to get vamp up and stuff. It'll start to get big. Thorium is a bit more pre-hard mode heavy. Not pre-hard mode heavy, but like Calamity also goes into post Moonlord, while Thorium doesn't really do that. I still like to have it just because, you know, I don't care. Plus 10 NPCs. There's some stuff that, from some NPCs that are really good. I like to have both. Some people you need to if you want to run both, you have to go into certain settings, into the game files and change how much RAM Tmod loader will use and Terraria will use, because normally Terraria I think is maxed out at 4 gigs of RAM. And it's like I think it's like 2 to 4 gigs, and you or it's maxed at I think 2, and you need at least 4 to play both. So, do with that information as you will. Magic storage, yes, magic storage, must have. Great mod, probably one of the best mods on here. It's like the kind of like the ME system from Minecraft, like modded Minecraft, which depending on who's listening to this, they'll know what that is. But basically, it's a giant just chest system. You place these like these almost like these square blocks next to each other, these 2 by 2 squares next to each other, and then they have like a storage limit, and then you make a storage heart and a like crafting storage and stuff, and you can access stuff in it. So it's just one giant storage system instead of having 50 freaking chests. You can have just this one thing. Yeah, some of these mods are just like this one. It's one of those mods that I got because another mod wants it. Or I saw on a YouTube video and I was like, sure, you know. Boss checklist. That's just a, it's like a book, and you just when it shows like what's the next boss you should fight. Wing slot extra. This just makes it to where you have another slot that's a wing slot. Better boss health bars. I don't know why I have both of these. This one's outdated now. This one's caught up. Level plus. Now, here's the hard part with this one. Level plus is like a level system. It's a leveling system where it will you basically you get XP per kill. You'll get XP for killing like any mob, and when you get a level up, you'll get like 3 points that you can put into. It's a whole like skill tree. So there's melee, magic, melee, top left, magic, summoner, ranger of the 4 main classes, and then it has subclasses of one increases just and the health. There's 5 things. There's those 4 main ones for the classes, but then there's also one for health. So, and I know there's one for fishing. There's one for just XP gain. If you put points into it, you just get more XP. I know for the ranger, a subclass I think is like for like ammo, has a higher % chance to not use ammo. Mage, I want to say it's the more points you put into this, like the secondary one, is you have less, not less, you have a higher mana regen, stuff like that. There's one that's literally just for the summoner. It's literally just the more points you put in. I think it's like every 10 points you get another summon slot. I forget what the warrior one is. I really like it. The only problem I found with this mod is that no matter how much you put into health, it doesn't really, it's almost like bosses do percentage health. At least what I've noticed with like calamity bosses. On one of my characters, I have like 900 health, when like the normal kind of max for at that time, this is post Plantera, or it's like this one's the normal max health in Terraria you can get is 500 in vanilla. This one, my health is like a 900. That also includes like plus like a percentage from one of the potions, like the life force potion, which usually gives you like an extra like a certain amount of health. But this is like I have like 900 health, and I'm still getting 3-shotted by bosses. Even like Duke Fishron, a normal vanilla boss, I'm getting like 2-shotted, 3-shotted. So I feel like it's more for, I don't know if they I don't know if one of the mods changes it to where they do percentage health, but it seems like no matter how much health I have, I still don't survive multiple hits. So I might go less into that, and I might try to just know what if I get you know, a high health, or I might just scale back on the health, go more into the subclasses. Um, Town NPC checklist. This one just um show missing townspeople, signifies like who spawned in, who can spawn in, stuff like that. So I can see like, okay, I know who can spawn in. Or excavator, like a vein miner. If I have it turned on, everything I mine will get destroyed. There's sometimes where it can lag the game, like if you destroy a bunch of like dirt walls and stuff. You can I don't think you can do it on like normal grass and stone, just because they're too big. The veins are usually too big, but like ores and stuff are fine. I know this guy do this every time, just because I went out of the loader or the manager, And with these episodes, I'm gonna try to keep them a bit shorter. At least like if I go mining, I can speed up and just do like a plus 500% speed. Or I can kind of cut it and I can just kind of splice in the like the good stuff I find or chests I find and stuff. We'll see. I need to go back into the workshop anyways, because one of the download mods, I know Calamity 4 hours ago. I know one of the mods I was looking at was I was looking it up. I've heard a lot about Calamity Fables, but it was the I heard Calamity, Wrath of the Machines, Wrath of the Gods, um, Fables, and I think there was another Infernum. I heard those were like save for your second or third playthrough. This would be my third technically playthrough, but this is my first one recording. But my first one I got post Moonlord, and then I just kind of stopped playing. And then I also added like thorium and stuff, so I didn't want to mess up that. I forgot like which mods exactly I had. It was probably just turn off, one or two mods, but I didn't feel like doing that. And then my second one I got into hard mode, and then I kind of forgot where I just kind of didn't really want to play it. But this is like, okay, I'm in. I'm actually gonna be. I'm gonna be recording this one, so we'll see. The one I was looking at was the vanilla Calamity mod music. Oh, this pulls it up on Steam on like on a different page. Um, Vanilla Calamity mod music is an in-progress music expansion for Calamity. It aims to replace the entire vanilla Terraria soundtrack with new songs made for the context of the Calamity soundtrack. Wow, as 51. I don't know. Part of me is like, it'd be one thing if it kept some of the same, if it kept a lot of like the same music, but because it's a straight up, oh, we're gonna just take out all the original music. I don't know. Um, I'm gonna look up what people. I'm gonna look up the consensus of what people said, because for me and honest, I don't know if I really want to do that. The Calamity mod music adds in for like the new biomes Calamity adds and like new bosses. Um, I don't know. Because let me see if that gets a better. I don't. Hmm. I think I'm gonna stick with the original soundtrack. Um, I could go super popularity, Calamity My Music, browser, magic storage, that one, or excavator. Quality for Terraria. Boss cursor would be interesting. What's quality of Terraria? Okay, that, you know. Huh. Interesting. Eh. It's a. I don't know if I want to get it. Lights and shadows. Boss cursor is interesting. Catalyst mod. Uh. I want to say this. I downloaded this thorium mod, but it turned out to be not the right thorium. Or maybe I think it's just the. I think this is it. I think it's just a different photo when it's downloaded. Um, because it has that and it doesn't say. Yeah, I. This is it. It's just it. The photo's different. Cheat sheet. Heroes mod. Auto trash. Structure helper. Auto reforge. Short. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about the shorter respawn time. Me and my friends were playing, and we're master mode, and we're fighting, Skeletron. Why is it taking me why 30 seconds to respawn? I get it, I died, but that's freaking retarded. How many mod? Like, I get it, but at the same time, that's stupid. Oh. I get it. I'm stupid. Basically, you can choose what your reforge is when you're at the um one of the mods I have already kind of does that. You're guaranteed when you're a forge, you're guaranteed to get the next one up. That's better. So if you reforge and you spend, though I think it's a lot of stuff still is stupid expensive. It is very, um, it's still like, you know, I just lost my train of thought. I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking. No, the mod I have. It's just so if I have, you know, a shoddy pick, the next one is gonna be guaranteed to at least have to be green and not like red. It's guaranteed to be positive, not negative. And then it's like it will just keep getting better and better until it's like, if I have the Terra Blade, and I have it at like sharp, it's gonna be guaranteed to be better than that. And then eventually, once you get legendary, you can keep reforging and just wasting money, but you're not gonna get worse than legendary. So it's, I mean, some people would say it's not that good, but like, not that. Some people say it's a little cheap, but it's still gonna cost me a crap ton to do. I'm low key. I might just. Ooh, autofish. Maybe. Maybe. I might think about that. I think we're just gonna. I just want to make sure everything's enabled and good. It's gonna reload everything. I just want to make sure everything's good to go before I make my character and make a new world and get into it. I think it's gonna be a lot better. Personally, I think the Terraria playthrough will be a lot more enjoyable for you guys. More so because that was enjoyable for me because I always hit a wall with Calamity. Because I'm gonna be doing master mode, I'm gonna, try to brute force my way through it. But I always hit a wall. Usually, before Skeletron and before Queen Bee, and then I hit a wall. I think again in hard mode, like before the yeah. See, like this guy has 1,000. Like this is my post Moonlord guy. 589. This is the guy that hasn't even beaten Duke Fishron at 1039. Why is it that I'll get three-shotted with this character? I'll get three-shotted with this character. That's why I said I think some of the bosses are percentage based. It's kind of crap. I have a lot of I have some journey characters. I might delete some of these just because, like, my brother Nico was using my PC for a while because he didn't have a PC. I I used his room for like my gaming setup because I didn't have a desk in mine, so my PC would just be in there. He didn't have one. He's my older brother. He doesn't have a PC, so he'd use mine. So like I accidentally, some of these aren't even modded. That's the thing. Some of these I accidentally ported some over. So these are like just his Nico, his regular characters. I also name them. That one I named Further Shelf 69. I mean, my name's Ryan. I'll name them like Ryan Calamity, or Ryan Thorium. I'll name them like that so I know which ones are like, this is the one I'm playing. That's why I'll name them specific ways. Like with Cinders, I'll name it like Cinders 1, Cinders 2, Cinders 3, so I know which one I'm playing at a time, instead of just naming them, a bunch of random names. We're gonna do classic. I'll get to my name last. Personally, I like the robe. I also gotta decide, I think one of the ones I like, I haven't really, on my two main playthroughs of Calamity, I've done one as I think they were both mage. I think I'm gonna go do a ranger in this playthrough. The reason why I went mage is just because it was more ranged, and I'm bad with, on master mode. Close quarters combat is terrible when you're alone. In my playthrough I'm doing with my friends, I'm going melee. But that's also because there's gonna be, 4 of us playing. So I'm fine. I feel better if I'm gonna be, in close quarters. Go with the Goku hair. Go with the Goku hair. Dude, get the blood red eyes. Actually, I might not go with that. not really like, that's not really orange. Am I blind? I think I might be blind. They're somewhat colorblind. Why is it like just like not orange? I might just go red. At this point, just go red. I never got the point of the giant mohawk. Know what? Giant red mohawk. Now for clothes, go black or something with like white. Or I could go red. Go with like red, black, red, black. I could do that. I don't know about that mohawk though. I'm kind of thinking it. At the same time, I kind of just... I feel like it's a little out there. I usually tend to just go with like that hair. Or that one, or that one. You know? The Abe Lincoln. I would keep the sideburns. Probably go with like that or something. Name. Like I said, I usually try to name them something like so I know which one's which. I always suck at names too. That's why I always just go like Ryan. I just put my name. I'll put my name on like a single player game, and then if I'm like playing something online, I'll then use my actual, for the shelf. Most of the time, like, or me and my friends will do like a funny name. I know when we were like when we made our first original WoW characters before we made our newer ones that we're playing, we all named it like I think it was me and my friend we both did like communist dictators. Man, I'm bad at names. I might cut some of this out because I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what would be a good name? Because part of me is thinking just go like Calamity 4 or go like with the with the date, what day? 4/17, 4/18. I don't even remember that. I think this would be Calamity 3. Or I could do at this point. Furthest shelf. Okay. Furthest shelf. 6-7. I'm gonna hate myself for that. 67, 69. 67, 68, 69. So I get 67, my normal 68, which that was original. When I first made my Xbox account, it was originally for the shelf 68. And then more, I think it was like the next day or like a few days later, my friend saw it. He's like, "Why don't you just make it 69?" I'm like, I didn't think about that. I think it's like with Xbox, you get like you get one change. I think it's like you get one change, and I think if you want to change it again, you have to pay or something like that, or you're not able to. Yeah, we'll just go further shelf 67, 68, 69. Classic. I don't want to lose anything other than money. And then I will, wherever it is, there it is. I'll favorite that. I'm going to unfavorite these. Oh, I think the reason, okay, I think the reason why I have those favorited is because they're modded. Yeah, we're just gonna unfavorite those. Some of these I should go through some of these worlds and stuff and these characters and just dump all their stuff onto like one world. That's like my good world. This one was my, oh yeah, this was also on an expert world. It wasn't master mode. This is like my main one. This is my, I can't speak. I can't speak. This is my new main world. This is the one that's in hard mode. This one's post Moon Lord, which we're going master mode. Just gonna keep randomizing the seed like crazy. We do corruption. We don't do crimson. I'm not an idiot. Corruption is just superior. Yes, you have to deal with the holes, but you don't have to deal with two types of enemies. Spiders and the face, the face things. We'll do it 5 more times. Okay, we got it. Bitter Throat of the Bunny. Yeah, we'll go with that. Large world. If you do small or medium... Oh, small world's not supported by Calamity. Yeah. If you do large or medium... If you do lower than large, you're kind of stupid. Low IQ. Create. I know one of the things with like Calamity is like with the new biomes, sulfur biome. Um, there's a hell biome. There's 2 new hell biomes. Um, actually, kind of a lot of stuff. And this will also have thorium stuff as well. So there's thorium bosses that'll be new and stuff. I want to say on my second playthrough of Calamity, I originally was gonna go Ranger. And then I switched over to Magic for some reason. I think it's just because Magic at the time was just outputting DPS. We'll see. I might even go melee. I love a lot of melee weapons, but I always have 1 melee, 1 summon. I'll have melee, summon, and the class I'm choosing. So like with Magic, I still had some of the OP swords and OP summons. I just had my main, I have my main one. And with that, This is gonna be just like an intro video. This isn't gonna be an episode 1. This will just be a quick. It's not quick with the amount of time that it's showing. I'll try to maybe speed stuff up. Maybe try to put in like a 1.5 times. You know, just to get through it a bit quicker. This will be an intro video just to show my character, my the world that the sea, the world and stuff, and then the mods I have and how I have that, and some of my thoughts on the mods and kind of a breakdown of each of them. I'll show more of what they have that have to offer, but that'll be episode 1, episode 0, kind of an intro. Have a great day, and please after this, go watch episode 1 because we're gonna be getting right into it right after this. Thank you.